Even across the pond, the Vikings continue to win. SanFran's early season struggles continue after losing to Cardinals. Jaden Daniel and the Commanders continue to surge. And Dallas wins the battle versus Pittsburgh to stay in pace with Washington. Episode 5, Week 6 of the NFL series starts now. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome to episode 5, week 6 of the NFL series of the Two Dudes podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Freak.
And I'm Babs. Week 5 is in the books, so let's talk about it.
All right, Babs. The London series is back, and the first two teams were the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Jets. The Vikings continue their undefeated season as they beat the Jets 23-17. Rodgers had 2 touchdowns, 3 picks off of 29 completions and 54 attempts, 244 yards. Darnold didn't look that great. 14 completions off of 31 attempts. 179 yards, no TDs with a pick.
Yeah, but they won.
But they did win. Neither team had a running game.
No.
There was no running game at all. Neither team cracked over 300 total yards of offense. Like I said, all of the turnovers were Rodgers doing. Seems that Minnesota must have fumbled the ball somewhere along the way. They had the same amount of first downs. Damn near the same amount of time possession. So despite Rodgers playing poorly, I think Minnesota got by last week. That was probably
Minnesota's defense
jet lagged.
carried them that game. No, Minnesota carried them. I mean, they had 3 picks? One of them was for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was the opening TD of the game. That's what started it off. Then Ginkel had a 63-yard pick six.
Yeah, that one more rushing touchdown. They didn't need to put up yards, really. I mean, obviously they didn't have to put up a lot of yards.
No.
Just look at total yards.
Yeah.
I mean, they were the same, but all the Jets were passing. They had 36 rushing yards.
Yeah. Neither team ran the ball that well. Or that often to be.
Minnesota found another way to win.
And they had that one defensive score. Rather touch was a run.
They had a running touchdown.
Oh.
I mean, Minnesota just finds another way to win again.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
I mean,
I don't think this game was the ultimate reason why Saleh got fired, but he's no longer the coach.
well,
No.
you gotta. He was almost out the door anyway. Um, and it's not like they're last in their division; they're second in their division. I just think they were like, you know what? Let's just get rid of it. Let's just end it now.
Aren't they tied in second with Miami?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah. And who would have thought the only undefeated teams are Minnesota and the Chiefs?
Well, people expected the Chiefs. No one
Well,
expected
yeah, but
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
No one expected them.
It's crazy.
That's a little shocking,
Yeah.
to say the least. All right, next game. SanFran loses another game. They are now 2-3, 0-2 in their division, and 0-3 in the conference. They play Seattle Thursday. And I
It comes down to the fact Brock Purdy looks like trash right now.
played terrible.
He looks horrible. I mean, you can't put it on the running game. They had 153 yards rushing. They had 200. He had 244 passing, but he also had two interceptions.
Yeah, one of those scores was a blocked field goal.
Yeah, I mean, when he doesn't have, it's like when they don't have McCaffrey in, they got nothing.
Right.
I
I
mean,
don't.
his wide receivers are amazing, so he should be able to get something going, but
Yeah,
they're not getting nothing. He's throwing interceptions. He's just looking trash this year.
not looking very good at all. And they got another division opponent, and they've already lost two. They definitely need. It's a must win for them this week.
Yeah, they gotta win.
Like they have to must win. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If they lose and go 2-4, if I'm not mistaken, I think their next game is against Kansas City and then Dallas.
Yeah, they play
So they could easily come
Seahawks,
into that
Kansas City,
game,
Dallas, Bucks, Seattle, Packers, Bills.
bro.
They have a
They
rough
could
stretch ahead of them.
they could easily not have another win until November.
I could see going into December. Seattle, Chiefs, Cowboys, Bucks, Seattle, Green Bay, Bills. That's their next games. And then they play the Bears in December. Like they could lose all those games easily.
That's a tough stretch.
Especially playing like they're playing right now.
Right, they're
They're
already
not playing the best.
they're 2-3. They're 0-3 in the conference. Like if anything, they're lucky to get the last wild card spot.
And I'm pretty sure McCaffrey is pretty much done for the season, isn't he?
I mean, it's safe to say that with what he's with the condition he has, like until like that's cured and he doesn't have that condition anymore, he's not gonna play because it's just there's too many cases of someone trying to play while having that and they tear their Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like,
I mean, if he
so they
wants to
gotta
risk
figure
it,
something. They gotta figure something out.
right,
They gotta be able. They gotta figure a way to win without McCaffrey,
right,
especially against good teams.
and like so far they beat the Jets and the Patriots.
Yeah.
So they've beaten a team with a combined record of 3-7.
Yeah. So they gotta figure it out.
Granted, some of those games were without ill. They lost two in a
It's
row.
not looking good for him.
They're on the verge of having their second straight losing streak if they don't win against the Seahawks.
Yep. And the Seahawks are playing pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, despite how their game turned out against the Giants, I mean,
They're still playing good though.
they're still playing better than the rest of their division.
So
That's
interesting
just
to see how
that's
this turns out
that's
for them.
and I mean that gets me excited for the matchup against them because they've got Seattle and Chiefs, and Dallas has a bye week, the week that they play the Chiefs. So the Dallas is going to be pretty rested
Yeah.
going into that game. I mean, hopefully it's not staying like. I mean, granted, this team's had our number the past few seasons, but they don't look that hot. And I mean, if I got to say anything,
I could see San Francisco missing the playoffs.
that's gonna hurt both of us because we picked them to make the
we both picked
playoffs.
But I expect them to play like this.
Yeah, I had them as a high seed. It was just
Yeah.
crazy, very, 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 very shocking.
Yeah, it's very weird.
All right, Jaden Daniels and the Commanders continue to play dominant. I mean, I think everyone expected this game. I mean, Daniels is playing himself into the MVP conversation.
Cleveland
We're
looks
only
like
in week
shit.
6.
Cleveland looks like shit.
I mean, their Washington's tests are starting to are their true tests are starting to
It's
come.
next week. Their true test is next week.
Right.
If they can play good against Baltimore, even if they don't beat Baltimore, if it's a close game, then they're for real. If they beat, it's just because you can't, like, if they don't beat them, they don't beat them. Baltimore's a good team. That could go either way. But if they stay close to them, I think, or beat them, I think it's safe to say that they're for real.
It's probably going to be safe to say that they are going to be 8-2 when they face the Steelers. That's with them losing Sunday to Baltimore.
Yeah, that's safe to say.
Well, no, not 8. Yeah, that's 8. Yeah, 8.
Now over to Cleveland, who's trash right now. They gotta do
7-2.
something.
They'll be 7-2 by that.
Cleveland's got to do something. Cleveland's the only team in the NFL that hasn't put up 20 points in a game this season.
They need to start to think about benching Watson and putting it.
They got to do something.
I mean, at this point, the coach is going to get fired if he doesn't make the decision.
I don't think it's up to him. I don't think they're letting him bench him. You can see it in his face that he doesn't want Watson out there. I think it's above him, and they won't let him bench him because they have all that money. I feel like that's. Did you see the game? Like, he looked so pissed that Watson in general. It's like, I feel like they're not letting, like, above him is not letting him pull Deshaun out because they have so much money invested in him.
Yeah.
Like,
I
feel like his hands are tied.
I mean, it's not going to get any easier for him. They've got Philly this week.
Mm-mm.
So.
But I do agree they need to pull him because he looks like he just.
I mean, granted,
this is he knows what he's doing.
I mean, this could be a game that they could win against Philly because Philly doesn't have that good of a. I mean, I don't think so either. But crazier things have happened already this year.
Deshaun Watson doesn't know how to read the field. There was 3 plays that he had a wide open person over the middle and took a sack. He looked at the receiver, looked away, started to run and got sacked.
Well, the coach needs to do his job and bench him, regardless if it's fucking over him or not. I mean,
at the end of the day, coach can't.
If he's gonna get fired, he's gonna get fired.
If your boss tells you no, what are you supposed to do?
What so let's put ourselves in his position. You're already 1-4, 1-2 in your division. Well, not 1-2 in your division, but just 1-4 overall. I don't even know. Cleveland hasn't played any division games. I don't think. No.
I don't think so.
I mean, what else you got to lose at that point? I mean,
it feels like they just have the coach in a shit situation. Because look how they did with Flacco last year. They played amazing.
Right.
Played amazing. Like remember last year before when Deshaun was out originally, they were playing good. Deshaun came in, they played shit. He got hurt. They put Flacco in, played amazing. So obviously, they need just Deshaun to just get hurt for the season or something. Like it's he's not the answer. I think he handicaps that team. That team's a good team, and they're getting so many 3 and outs. Now their defense isn't doing nothing because their defense is fucking exhausted. When you don't give your defense time to relax,
you know the answer.
Yeah,
we know the answer. It's just the coach is going to have to just fucking pull the trigger. I mean, if he's getting handicapped or not, I mean, he's got nothing else to lose. They're already 1-4. They're not going to win their division. They're damn sure not going to make the playoffs at this point, unless something crazy happens.
Yeah.
And Watson turns into what he was before he left the Texans. There's no, they're not gonna be able to pull themselves out of how bad of a hole they're in already. And Watson's still at starting.
And it's obviously Watson because your team got better. You got Jerry Jeudy. You pulled in another good receiver, right? And you're playing worse this year, and the only change has been Watson.
Right.
That's obviously the issue. I mean, Winston's a good quarterback. What you got to lose?
They have nothing to lose at this point. They've already lost 4 games. They've lost.
I mean,
a lot.
At this point, they just need to get him out of there.
I mean,
it's not working.
If they lose with Winston, it's just more of the same of what's already happened. So it shouldn't be like.
But at least Winston knows how to read a defense.
I mean, somewhat, yeah. I mean, it's better than what
Way better than Watson.
And what's Watson's put up in the last 18 starts he's had or whatever.
Horrible,
but
bro, he's just trash. I think he needs to go. He's washed.
I mean, hey, Cleveland, if you're listening, that's your answer. What's your coach? Bench the starting quarterback.
How come quarterback? I bet you we still do better.
Shit, you could pay me $1 million and I'll take over as a coach. I don't give a fuck. And I guarantee you, I'm a bench Watson. Guarantee it. Like, shit, you don't even have to pay me $1 million. I'd still come coach. Like, the obvious answer is literally 10 feet behind the head coach. He's not like that's the answer. I don't understand why. I mean, I understand they got a shit ton of money tied up into Watson, but it hasn't worked out. I
think they're regretting that shit like a motherfucker.
It's obvious as hell. The entire world sees that it hasn't worked out. So you're just making it worse on the entire team, not alone the franchise. The franchise, like, if you just bite the bullet and just cut them or bench them or whatever, then all right, take it as a loss. But if you continue to sell him as this top-tier quarterback that he is obviously not, you're just losing more money at that point because people are going to stop buying tickets. They're just going to stop. I mean, you'll still get the diehards, I'm assuming. But they're going to show up with those paper bags like they used to.
There's 32 teams in the NFL?
Hmm?
He's probably not even the top 32 quarterbacks in the league.
No, he's not.
There's backups that are better than him.
Oh, definitely.
Like,
they were dude. What?
I don't see him top 50.
The top 5 quarterbacks drafted in this year's draft are better than
all better than him. Yeah.
Like it's
just bad.
Bryce Young would be better off than him.
Honestly,
You imagine Bryce Young in that offense?
I bet you'd play different.
Guaranteed he'd play different. There you go. Cleveland, make a trade.
Make a trade.
Trade Watson for Bryce Young. Boom. Problem solved. All right. The moment I've been waiting for.
Pittsburgh lost, Dallas won. Let's move on to the next topic.
No, sir.
It was actually a really fucking good game.
It was a great game. It was a really good game.
Our defense played good. Your defense played good. Our offense played like ass. Your offense played good. Like, that's literally what it was.
I mean,
like our offense, our defense was holding. They played good,
bro. Y'all had.
They kept CD to under 62 yards.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking Tolbert's big head ass.
That was our that. No, you're thinking of
Turpin.
You're thinking of Turpin.
Yeah,
you're thinking of Turpin.
But
no,
Tolbert played amazing.
Tolbert had his coming out party. Granted, he didn't go over 100 yards,
but he was still making good catches.
But you obviously saw what.
And
what the offseason did with CeeDee Lamb missing this offseason and Tolbert taking those reps with Dak.
Mm-hmm. You could really tell.
They're definitely showing.
And with Cooks being out, I think Tolbert is a very good option as a number 2.
He pretty much announced himself as the number 2 for our roster last night.
He played very
Sunday
well.
night. So
Pittsburgh played good minus the run game. I mean, we still had 92 yards running, but almost 30 of those yards were Justin Fields.
Yeah. Y'all's leading receiver was Najee Harris with 2 receptions.
Yeah, we couldn't get and that goes if
y'all are like
a run game going,
a blimp of one dimensional.
It's like when we can't get our run game going, and that fucking hesitates our play action. It's killing us.
I was very surprised how my defense played that game. Granted, if Dak doesn't have those,
I honestly don't know if it was that your defense played so good or if our offense just played so much ass, bro. They look bad.
I don't know either, but I'm gonna take it as my defense did play. They played up to
did
par.
What they did. They did what they were supposed to.
Right. If Dak doesn't have
Harris, but Najee, I don't think Najee fits in the offense. He struggled all season. He's been struggling all season. Our run game, once we lost Jaylen Warren, Cordell Patterson was stepping up and he was carrying the run game. Now we have both of them out. Najee Harris couldn't carry the run game.
Right.
And he's supposed to be our number 1 back. That's an issue. So that's something we got to figure out. I did see they leaned on a little more running from Justin Fields. Some design,
especially to start
runs.
The game.
They had some designed runs, which means they don't feel confident in our run game if they're having Fields run. But even Fields running, that doesn't open up our play action, and we're a play action.
Y'all's receivers were non-existent. Like Pickens was nowhere.
Pickens got targeted 7 times and only had 3 catches.
Yeah,
I mean, and he dropped a couple that were fucking I was like, how did he not catch that? Hit him dead in his hands.
Right.
I can't say it was because of the delay because both teams went through the delay.
Right. I think this game could have been a lot worse for Pittsburgh if Dak didn't have those 3 turnovers. The scoreline could be completely different.
It would have been a lot worse if our defense didn't play good. Our defense, we held you to 20 points.
Yeah.
That's good.
If we don't have those 2 red zone turnovers, we win by
if our defense doesn't play good, you guys should have easily had 30 plus points.
Yeah.
But our defense did everything they could. I mean, TJ Watt had a sack, basically 2 sacks.
Despite what everyone has been saying about Dallas's lack of being able, like lack of offseason movement and all this other bullshit, and then our injuries on defense, and everyone pretty
No,
much talking about
and
how
you gotta
bad
you
our
gotta
defense
think about
is.
it. Not even your defense, your offensive line.
Every game, my offense,
Didn't
Dak
you
has
have like
gone
3
up and down the
people get
field.
hurt on your offensive line that game?
Yeah, my starting
Yeah,
left tackle, Guyton went out, and he didn't
and
play the rest of the game.
the dudes that came in did good.
Yeah, because they moved Tyler Smith over to left tackle, and
They
they
did
put
good.
they put Zach Martin's backup
Like
at left guard.
you saw
One
people you're like, I don't even know who the fuck that is, and they were playing good.
right.
So
Another
the people they
thing,
had come in on injuries, I mean, they did what they were supposed to do.
I think another thing that threw off, main reason why we were able to continue to move the ball so well is that our run game started to get more potent, and we went away from
Yeah.
those zone runs, and we went
Yep.
more traditional power running, where my center or my guards are working on double teams, and then one of them breaks off into the second level.
Yeah,
Your
no, overall,
linebackers.
they played good. I mean, you
It
can't really
was,
do much. Can't really say much about it. It was a good game. It was close,
I
and
mean,
literally, one play could have like if that last play, if that pick wasn't so perfect over the middle, that's he does he gets there fast enough to break that pass up, and it's a whole different game. But they ran that play perfect over the middle. That pick caused my defender just to get just far enough away where Tolbert was able to get the reception. If that pick wasn't so perfect, the defender is able to break that pass up because he
yeah,
only missed it. He missed it by maybe 2 steps, and that pick opened it up enough where he was able to get that pass in there. I think
shit.
if that pick doesn't work, that's an incompletion and the game's over.
Give
Like,
Tolbert a lot of credit. The play before that, Dak had skipped the pass, and it skipped right into his nuts.
ooh,
I don't know if you saw that.
I
If you
didn't.
replay the third down previously, and he threw it at Tolbert, it bounces right before it gets to him, and he's already in a slot. He's already in a sliding
That
motion,
yes, yeah,
and it
okay. I didn't realize
skipped
it
and
hit him
hit
in the
him.
nuts.
That's why when he like got up, he grabbed his shit and went down.
Oh yeah, I
And
didn't see that.
they ended up calling an injury timeout or whatever because he waved it
Oh,
off, but we ended up calling a timeout
I
regardless.
ain't gonna lie to you. That shot that Justin Fields took, I don't know how that motherfucker was able to come back in the game.
Oh, the one that he took.
Yeah, when they made him leave the game for a play,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
I
yeah.
expected him to come up mouth bloody as fuck.
He took.
He took a hit, but no, I think that game literally came down to that last play of the game. If
It shouldn't
if
have. It
it
really
shouldn't have.
shouldn't have, but it
And
did.
it was such a close game. It was a good game all the way through. But
I'm
that
gl-
last play,
I'm
that pick
gl-
over the middle, bro, that shit was ran perfectly.
I'm
If it
so
wasn't
glad
ran
that it's
perfectly, we break that pass up and win.
right. I'm so glad that it was a good game because one of us would have been extremely pissed off coming into this
I was
conversation.
extremely pissed off. What the fuck you talking about? I'm still not over it. I'm pissed still. What do you mean? I'm still mad.
You're not as mad as you would if it was 34-17 instead of
Oh
coming
no,
down
I
for the
wouldn't be here
last 20
today.
seconds.
I would not be here today.
Oh, I'm glad I'm glad it was a good one. I hate that it had an hour delay, but it is
Me
what it
too. I
is.
was so tired the next day at work.
Bro, you were falling asleep
I,
during that game. I know your
Bro,
ass
I
was.
was. I literally laid on my bed and started watching the game, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta get up."
Because you didn't say anything the entire the entire first half of the third quarter, Then y'all took the lead, and then you made a noise, and then you didn't say anything until
That's 'cause I was late in my-
until our final drive, and you're like, no.
I was laying on my bed watching the game. I was almost knocked out. I had to get up.
There was one of two things: he was pissed, or he was asleep.
I was falling asleep, bro. You know, I go to bed early. I'm normally in bed by 11.
Uh huh.
But no, it was. I mean, it was a good game.
Well, it was. It was. It was a really good game. He's really mad that my team won, and
I'm pissed.
I have bragging rights the rest of the. I got bragging rights for the next 4 years because we won't play each other for that long.
That's all right.
All right.
Hey,
Tell the people how he hasn't even told me this, so I don't know if I won last week in our picks. So tell the people what happened last week. Who won?
So last week, going into Monday night, you were winning. Well, you were ahead, but you picked New Orleans. You picked New Orleans like a dumbass, and we tied. So,
so I'm still winning.
so for the season, we're both 31-31.
Oh, I beat you last week.
No, but last week you beating me made us tie because I was up one game before that. I was up on you, and then last week
we were tied over. Okay, gotcha.
So now we're still tied overall 31-31.
Damn it, New Orleans. God.
Yeah, I was so happy you picked them.
Swear I thought I picked Kansas City.
I know. I went back and listened to the podcast too.
I did too. Nah. I did too. I was literally pulling it up right as she's like, I went back and looked. God damn it. Oh fuck. All right.
So you better beat me this week.
All right. Tonight's game. All right. SanFran, Seattle. SanFran 2-3. 0-2 in their division. I believe Seattle they are not favored. SanFran is a 3.5-point favorite, which is very surprising.
They keep being favorites and keep fucking losing.
Yeah, I got the Seahawks.
Yeah, same. Oh, they got another overseas game, huh?
Yep. Oh, we got the second London game. It's Jacksonville versus the Bears. So
Jacksonville be playing good overseas though.
They have. Chicago's a 2-point favorite.
I went Bears.
Yeah, Chicago Fields has been looking better.
You mean Williams?
Yeah, that's what.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's disrespectful to Fields. I'm sorry.
That was. You need to call him and apologize.
Williams. Never mind. This one is tough.
Oh, did you hear about the drama in Jacksonville?
No.
Apparently, during the game, Trevor Lawrence threw a tablet at Gabe what's his face? Gabe Davis. And
Trevor did?
And they got into an issue, and a line coach had to hold back Gabe Davis. I think they sat down and got it worked out, but yeah, there was an issue during the game. Like,
ETN is questionable.
But bro, that backup they got,
Ingram is questionable.
Tank Bigsby.
Yeah,
he's pretty damn good.
Yeah, he had 273 rush yards.
Yeah,
No,
I went Bears.
Terrible. I'm gonna take the Jaguars here.
Oh yeah, another win for me.
All right, this one should be easy. Houston versus New England.
They announced Drake May is now starting.
What?
Yep, Drake May is now QB1.
Well,
I'm still taking Houston, but
yeah, I'm still taking Houston as well. But
I'm interested to see how he plays.
Yeah,
he looked good in preseason.
Well, we'll see. All right. Washington's first test. Next game is Washington versus Baltimore. I got Baltimore here. It's at home. There's 6.5-point favorites. They're on a streak.
I'm rocking with Jaden.
Taking the Commanders, huh?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Look. Righty. All right. Next game, we're probably going to be picking the same team here again. Cleveland versus Philly. It is in Philly. Philly is the 9.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I'm taking Philly.
I hate to say myself, but I'm taking. I swear to God, if Philly loses,
I swear to God.
I'm taking Philly. Next game, Arizona versus Green Bay.
I'm gonna be. I think we're gonna be split on this one. I'm going Arizona.
Motherfucker.
Is that where you were going?
Dirty, dirty bastard. All right, I got Packers.
Yeah, I think it could go either way, honestly. But
Packers
I think
are a 5-point favorite.
Arizona's coming into their own a little bit.
Hmm.
They're one of those teams they could win. They could play like shit. I'm just hoping they play good.
All right, next game. Tampa versus New Orleans. The Saints are starting their rookie quarterback, Spencer Rattler, in place of the injured Derek Carr. Saints are 2.5-point favorites. I got the Bucks.
You know what? I've been waiting for this man to start all year. I think I'm going with New Orleans. I think Rattler's going to come out blazing.
We'll see. Taysom Hill is questionable. Werner is questionable. Willie Gay, Will Harris. They got a lot of defense.
Yeah.
Same for Tampa, too. I got Tampa. All right. The last early game, Indianapolis versus Tennessee. Tennessee is a 1.5. No.
No
A
shot.
half a point favorite.
Hell nah. I'm going Indy.
Yeah, I'm going Indy here. Haven't heard any. I don't think Rudolph is starting. Possible.
It depends if Will Levis is healthy. If he's healthy, he'll be starting.
That's a mistake.
That's what they said. They said once he's healthy, he's starting again.
That is a mistake.
I agree.
All right. This starts the 3:00 games. Or the afternoon games. Chargers versus Broncos. Chargers are 2.5-point favorites. Broncos are on a little win streak.
They are.
I like Denver here.
I'm the same way. I think, but the issue is who's Denver playing?
Herbert's questionable.
Oh yeah, Denver.
Damn it. Yeah, Herbert is questionable.
I don't know. I think Denver's a good team. Bo Nix looks good. We thought going into the season he was going to play good.
He's starting to understand it a little bit more.
Own.
Yeah. He's starting to figure it out. All right. Next game, Pittsburgh is on the road. They travel to the desert to take on the Caden O'Connell Raiders.
Yo, you know what's gonna be so funny about this?
Pittsburgh is a 2.5 point favorite. What's up?
You know, it's so funny that we're about to beat Las Vegas and then get their star wide receiver. That's so funny.
Yeah. I think if I don't know. I don't know. All I've been hearing is the Jets and the Saints.
Jets are the favorites to get him. He wants to go back and play with Aaron.
Yeah, and especially with them getting rid of Salah, they might make that happen. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
I
That could have
have,
been part of it. It could have been he didn't want to play for Salah, so they were like, "All right, we'll get rid of him."
you never know.
It could have been that.
I got Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's gonna bounce back after dropping one to the Cowboys.
And I believe, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Is he okay in there?
Jalen Warren probably won't be back this week.
Hmm.
Let me see about Cordell Patterson.
Yeah, they still. Yeah, they
He'll be out
still.
this week too.
Yeah, they have
Don't look like.
Patterson out. They have Warren as doubtful.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I still.
They got a
I'm.
running game going though.
I'm still going Pittsburgh here.
Yeah, I am.
Crosby's questionable. So,
Yeah, and Devontae Adams is out again.
yeah. Well, yeah, he's played his last Raider game. He's not coming back after requesting it. We both got Pittsburgh. All right. Next game. Rematch of last year. Same place. Same time. Detroit travels to the Big D to take on Dak and the Cowboys. The Lions are a 3.5 point favorites. Yeah, you already know who I have. I've got the Cowboys here. There is a chance that they don't have Bland. I don't think Bland is on the injury report anymore.
So he's kind of like day-to-day kind of thing.
Okay, no, he's still on they opened his practice window today.
Okay. So he should be back soon. You're going to hate me for this one.
I mean, if you're going to say Detroit, then I hate you.
I'm going to say Detroit.
Yeah, that's another win for me. Dallas is going to win.
I don't know.
Detroit's defense does not look the same. Their offense has gotten better, but Detroit's defense has gotten worse than it was last year. They're weak against the pass, and what's Prescott been good at the last few years? Torching defenses that are weak against the pass.
I don't know.
He just threw for almost 400 yards against Pittsburgh's defense, and Pittsburgh has a better defense in my eyes than Detroit.
I mean, he threw 400 yards against the Ravens defense too and lost.
Yeah, and the Ravens have a better defense than Detroit as well, but
Detroit has a better offense than Baltimore.
I do not agree with that. I think
this is a tough one for me though. Like
I think all around Baltimore is a better team than Detroit.
Oh, this is a tough one for me.
I've got
because it could go either way. Like it. Oh.
I've got the Cowboys here because it's possible that Parsons comes back as well. We've brought up a couple people. We've got Nick Vigil. We called up. We signed KJ Henry. He's been called up. We've got depth. We've called up a lot of depth. And I like what we did against y'all's run game Sunday night. Granted, y'all still had 92 yards, but y'all didn't torch us with your run.
You can't even say 92 because if you
Like
count Fields, you had like 62. If you don't count Fields.
Baltimore and New Orleans did. They put up almost 200 over 200 yards of rushing on us. If we can prevent Detroit from running the ball all over us, Dallas is going to win this game. It's going to be another close. It's going to be another close game. It's going to come down to the fourth quarter again. And if Dak has the ball in his hand, Cowboys are going to win. I've got the Cowboys.
No, it's a tough decision. Don't get me wrong. A lot of this
For
is
you,
going against them because they just fucking beat us. And I'm mad at them right now.
But you can't lie and say that Detroit's defense, their pass defense.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think Detroit could put up more points than Dallas. Dallas hasn't put up over 33 points. They put up 33 points. Other than that, they haven't put up over 30 all year.
I think Dallas is secondary. If Bland comes back and he's back.
I don't know who to go.
If we've
Can I put Ty on here?
No.
Fuck it, I'm going Dallas.
Attaboy.
Dallas loses, I'm fighting you.
Attaboy. All right. Last of the afternoon games. Atlanta travels to Carolina. Pretty sure we're both going to pick the same here. Atlanta's 4.5-point favorite.
You going Carolina?
No, I've got the Falcons here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think this is pretty cut and dry. Andy Dalton's, they're going to be their quarterback probably the remainder of the season. Unless...
and Atlanta's getting better every week.
Unless they say, all right, we're going to let him lose 3 in a row, then we're going to put Young back in and see if he can win us a game and then go 3-0-3. And then unless they're doing that, they're going to go 1-3 and switch their QBs every time. Yeah. It's Dalton's team.
They're lost in the sauce.
They're going to have to draft another QB.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Get another quarterback.
Oh. All right. Sunday night. Cincinnati versus the New York Giants.
This one was tough for me because New York has been playing good. But I don't think they can stop Cincinnati from putting up points. And Cincy will put up points. Yeah,
I've got Cincinnati here. I think right now Burrow is leading the league in touchdown passes. And he only has 2 interceptions.
Like, if Cincinnati wasn't so good at putting up points, like last week they put up 38, they put up 34, they put up 33. They're putting up points. I just don't think New York can match that.
Honestly, Cincinnati should be 3-2. They should have won their opener against New England, and they should have beaten Baltimore last week.
Yep.
Because they were beating Baltimore. They were beating Baltimore all game, and they let Baltimore get back in it.
Yeah, I thought they were going to beat them.
Yeah, I know. I know I picked Baltimore, and you picked Cincy because you can't stand Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can't stand either one of those teams, but if you had to pick one, you would pick Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Cincinnati's going to win this game. If anything, they should be more than a 3-point favorite. I think it's probably going to be a blowout. But crazier things have already happened this year, so
that is very true. That is very, very true.
Like we talked about earlier, the Vikings are 5-0. Yeah. All right. Monday night. Is there only one Monday night game? There
Yes.
is. All right. So Monday night, not Minnesota. The Bills, Buffalo, going against the Robert Saleh-less New York Jets. Buffalo is a 3-point favorite.
Yeah, I'm going Bills.
Yeah, I'm with Bills here as well. That's crazy. Guess what Josh Allen hasn't thrown this year?
An interception.
No, he has no
It'll
picks. It'll come. It'll come. Yeah. Pretty surprising. He's playing clean football.
Yeah.
All right, we both got Buffalo. That wraps up this week's picks. Now, the power ranking. Interesting. Still in their same 2 spots as last week. Kansas City is 1 and the Vikings are 2. Moving up 5 spots from last week. The Houston Texans are now 3.
The tough part is Nico Collins is now out on the IR.
Right. And it was very obvious that when he went out against the game against Buffalo, their offense slows down.
Yes.
So, interesting how the rest of these next few weeks play out for them. Staying where they are, because I believe they were on a bye week. Detroit is 4. Moving up 2 spots from 7th last week are the Ravens. Dropping 3 spots from last week, the Bills. They are 6. They were ranked 3rd last week. All right, moving up 3 spots, the Washington Commanders. They rounded out top 10 last week. They are 7th on the list this week. Dropping 3 spots after their overtime loss, I think it was, to the Falcons. The Bucks are 8th. They were 5th last week. Moving up 2 slots back into the top 10. The Green Bay Packers are 9th. They were 1 spot out of the top 10 last week, 11th. And I believe making the highest jump.
Yeah, I think so.
Somewhat. We're tying the Texans and their 5 ranking jump back in the top 10 for the second time this season. The Cowboys wrap up the top 10 this week. They were 15th last week.
You know what really pisses me off?
What?
How Falcons are above us and we beat them.
I would say that the only
Nothing.
reason is because of the two losses in a row.
I don't give a shit. They had 2 losses in a row before they won a game.
Were they 0-2 before they won?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they lost week 1 and 2.
I thought week 2 was against.
Maybe it was. Yeah, you're right. But either way, I don't give a fuck. Ain't no way fucking the 49ers should be above us. They can't
no.
win shit.
No. That was probably the steepest drop off. I wasn't even steep.
I don't even know how the Eagles are in 11th. They had a bye week and they went up 2 spots.
Yeah, they went up 2 spots. Of course,
Get off their nuts, NFL.
they like Jalen Hurts.
I guess she's trash.
Uh,
Well, yeah, that's
yeah, that wraps up our the top 10.
Yep.
I'm gonna win this week,
You're high.
and I'm gonna take the lead
You're high.
officially, and have my second weekly victory. We're 1, 1, and 2.
Yep.
We're so pathetic.
We are. It's sad.
It was so different. It was so lopsided early in the season last year. And then I started coming back because you just kept making dumb picks because you had such a lead. And now
I gotta think about my picks.
it's so even. Yeah, bitch. All right, people. That wraps up this week's episode. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. Enjoy some Thursday night football. And enjoy your weekend. Drink responsibly. We love you.
Later.
Goodbye.